Our story begins in a small town out west known as the biggest little city, Reno, Nevada, with a man known as Bill Harrah. Bill's bingo business grew into a multi-mega gaming and hotel business, with hotels in Lake Tahoe, Las Vegas, and Atlantic City. Bill collected approximately 1,450 automobiles, which he stored inside warehouses in Sparks, Nevada. It was the world's largest collection of historic automobiles and was open to the public. When Harrah died in 1978, Holiday Inn acquired his hotel casino company and the automobile collection. In 1981, Holiday Inn announced that it would sell the entire collection, a decision that received some opposition. When plans to save all the cars failed, a non-profit organization was formed that ultimately built the museum. Holiday Inn donated 175 of Harrah's automobiles to the group and sold the rest of the collection through these three auctions in the mid-1980s. Private owners donated another 60 vehicles. The downtown Reno Museum opened on November 5, 1989. The museum consists of 4 galleries. In Gallery 1, the cars from 1890s to the 1900s. Gallery 2 features cars from the 1910s to the 1930s. Gallery 3 from the 1930s to the 1950s. And Gallery 4 displays cars from the 1950 onward. Gallery 4 also includes race cars. Each gallery is linked by a themed street featuring vehicles as well as fake shop fronts. It's amazing how much the automobile has evolved over the years, from stagecoach-looking carriage cabins and cars with skinny spoked wheels. There's even some famous cars. The New York to Paris automobile race, the famous Thomas Flyer. Did you know they had electric cars way back in the early 1900s? There was 2 here on display. And how would you like to go camping in this early model 1921 model Ford Model T, where you just drop the sides down and lay it on there with your sleeping bag with a canvas tent over you? Here we have one of the early U.S. mail trucks, among other trucks. Here's an exhibit of actual working engines. As we move into the 1930s, you start to see the big fenders, the big headlights, the big chrome bumpers. Here we'll take a walk down memory lane. The 1930s and 40s is when Bonnie and Clyde and their gangster mobiles. My personal favorites were probably the cars of the 1940s, 50s, and 60s. I love all the chrome, real leather seats, and the big rounded fenders. Back when you could fit 6 people in a car.
GM produced the Corvair, Ford the Falcon, and Chrysler the Valiant. Then they ramped up production of the so-called muscle cars, powerful, sleek sports models such as the Mustang.
Beautiful from any point of view, worth more from every point of value. The 1964s open up a whole wonderful new world of styling, elegance, and built for people comfort. And now, the world's most wanted car.
Thunderbird, the finest of fine cars, the last word in wish it were mine cars, the dream car of the wonderful new world of Fords.
The 1960 Thunderbird. Finally, the car everyone's been waiting to see. The new size Ford, the Falcon.
Ford Falcon, the new size Ford Falcon, you'll find that the new size Ford Falcon's the easiest car in the wide world to own.
Here's full comfort for 6 adults in a car that'll give you up to 30 miles a gallon. A new size car with a new size price. It's the easiest car in the world to own. The Ford Falcon.
Remember Rat Fink? He had some crazy cars that he had customized from wheelbarrows and wagons. Then we get into the race cars. Paul Newman collection. He had a lot of race cars. Here we have movie cars. James Dean's Rebel Without a Cause. Lana Turner's Chrysler. And who remembers Herbie, the Love Bug? John F. Kennedy's 1962 Lincoln Continental. Elvis Presley's 1973 Cadillac Eldorado. And of course, Barbie. Back to the Future DeLorean. Frank Sinatra's car. The Blues Brothers. Not sure what this thing was. Some kind of Back to the Future kind of scooter. my favorite Ghost Rider motorcycles, and Ghostbusters, and Men in Black. And then in this gallery, we had the Fast and Furious. This section of the museum, I believe, rotates different themes throughout the years. So you can see you could spend a couple hours there just looking at cars. But they also had some really nice artwork. So if you're ever in Reno, I highly recommend you stop by the National Automobile Museum. As you get ready to leave, they have a room set up for children's birthday parties where they get to have a party with the cars from the movie Cars with Mater. And finally, you see a room that's not open to the public, but it's where they do restorations. They were working on the Jurassic Park Explorers and the Ghostbusters ambulance.